So today's the day, everybody, that we're going to make our very first incision into the van. I've watched about 50 YouTube videos on doing this. I think it's a pretty straightforward process of just drilling through the metal into the van. It's no different from wood, it's no different from doing it on anything else. But the main difference is that this is the side of our van, and if I get this wrong, drill the hole too big, or it's in the wrong place, or I don't know what else, then yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you want to get wrong. So I've double checked, I've triple checked that I'm going in the right place, and essentially this van's got two kind of funny grooves. So there's one here which is like a bit of a reverse like V shape. Obviously I won't be able to fix it there, and then slightly above that we've got where the window would go in, and there's another kind of weird thing there, and obviously I can't go there either. So I'm aiming to get the electrical socket right on this flat piece on the side of the van, but I'm just like being overcautious as to exactly where it's going, and I think I've got it in the right place. I've checked this about a gazillion times, but this is that lower kind of weird V shape, and then if you go inside here you can feel just where that next bit is kind of dipping in. So I'm pretty sure that this area here is that flat part of the van, which is exactly where I've marked on this hole. So hopefully the electrical hookup will be coming in there and I shouldn't have any issues. The actual socket itself isn't a circle either, which is slightly annoying because it means that I can't just use a hole saw to drill the hole. I did go out and buy a new power tool to do this. I'm trying to not buy power tools if I can avoid them, but because this is a weird shape, I just kind of have to. I can't do it with a hole saw, and I don't really want to be messing about with a hacksaw or anything. So I just went out and bought a better tool for it. But I think the first thing I need to do is I need to get a metal drill bit, drill through the van, which is so scary, from the inside out, and then I want to actually cut the shape out from the outside in, so I can make sure I get it right. All right, come on then, let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. I just drilled a hole in the van. There she is, everybody. The first hole. Oh, that was pretty scary. I now need to mark out what I'm gonna cut from the outside in, assuming that this dot is going to be the center point. I may raise it up a little bit because it's not really close to this groove here, but I'd rather have it slightly higher than get too close to this. But yeah, first hole. Well, this is it, everybody. Wish me luck. I'm a little bit worried about this. I slipped a little bit, but I'm hoping it's not too bad. I think by the time I've got a bead of silicone around that should be okay. So I've just filed down all the edges. I'm going to spray it next with the metal paint to hopefully seal it from rust. I've got to be careful though, because this is black paint and this is silver paint. So I'm gonna cover loads of it in masking tape, and I've also got a bit of cardboard that I'm going to use just to prevent any excess spray going anywhere, because I think if I spray this black, I don't even know how you get that out. So while the paint's drying on the van, I'm going to just put the wire in this socket, because once it's on the van and glued, it's going to be a lot more awkward to get in there. Hopefully I get it right then. I've got to say that was quite a terrifying experience. I slipped very slightly with the multi-tool and it went like just next to the thing, and I was just like, oh my god, I've just scratched the van. I don't think it's the end of the world, because even if I did kind of like go and like scratch it where I can't cover it up, just get a bit of silver paint that matches this paint and I'm sure it would be fine. But I think once I've got this on and I put a bead of CT1 around it, that should conceal it all anyway and protect it all from any rust or anything like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And then there we have one wired hookup socket. Ta-da! It's quite hard to tell if this is square. Just kind of guessing. I think it looks alright. That looks alright to me, doesn't it? Oh no! Oh no! I'm getting in such a mess. So I've got some soapy water. I always found this was quite good for smoothing off silicone without it going all sticky and horrible. I'm now trying very hard to not make this look completely ratchet. I'm just using a Waitrose card as well, just to tidy up the edges a little bit. I think in hindsight I should have used masking tape, but there you go. You live and learn. So we're back inside the van. I managed to feed through the cable from the outside, but I had to spend the whole of yesterday figuring out where I'm going to put all the electrical components before I could carry on and get the consumer unit and the plug fitted so we can have power inside the van. It's been quite tricky though, because I've been going backwards and forwards between this video and the last video of building the rest of this bed frame. So I'm going to finish off this video this morning, and then I'm going to carry on and get this bed frame finished this afternoon, which is actually going to be the video before this one. I'm still trying to get my head around filming two different videos at the same time. It's like quite confusing. But I'm going to get this consumer unit mounted onto the wall. I've left around about a foot of this cable inside the wall, so if for any reason I need to change the socket on the outside, or I haven't wired it properly, or I don't know, whatever reason, I can pull the socket off, and then I've still got about a foot of slack in the cable to be able to take it out of the van, rather than if this was tight, then I just wouldn't be able to take the socket off on the other side. This is our consumer unit, which has two breakers inside of it. We've got a 16 amp breaker and a 6 amp breaker. I don't know whether I'm going to use the 6 amp one or not, or just stay on the 16, because all we're essentially going to do with the mains power is we've got a leisure battery charger which connects to the mains, and then I think we're just going to have one double socket so that when we're hooked up we can use the socket for various different things. I don't think we really need any more than that. There's not many things we actually use in the van that require 240 volts mains power. And then I've got to find somewhere to put this single socket. This is essentially just going to be the socket for the leisure battery charger. I probably could just wire the leisure battery charger straight into the 6 amp breaker if I wanted to, but it comes with a plug socket, so I figured I might as well just put a plug socket in. But anyway, let's get this all wired up, ready to go, and hopefully we'll have some power in the van. So I've got everything wired up correctly, I believe. Lives to live, neutrals to neutral, earth to earth. Same with the plug. I'm happy with that. I've got this hookup lead to standard plug socket adapter thing. We've got another one in the other van, but I had to go and get another one because otherwise I couldn't do this. I'm going to plug it all into the extension lead, which is round there, so then hopefully we get power into the van, and then I'll flick the fuse boxes on, connect something to the plug socket, and then see if it works. So here we go. Let's open that with one hand, which goes like that. Right, okay, so now we've got power going into there. Nothing's caught fire yet. So this plug is for that light. So that's plugged in. Let's flick on the RCD. We've got a light come on in the box, which is a good sign. And then the left one is the socket, which is now on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it came on! We've got power! Yeah! I did something that worked! Oh my god, this is so exciting. Nothing's tripped, nothing's caught fire. The biggest thing really was making sure that I wired the outside socket right and that was in tight enough. I was pretty sure I did, but yeah, it would have been a disaster if that wasn't wired properly, because I'd have to cut all that silicone off and then like mess around with it. Oh, I'm so happy that works. This video's been about a 3-day process, coupled with doing the bed frame as well. Like, the combination of the two has taken nearly a week to film. Obviously when you're filming things, everything takes twice as long to do it, not only because you've got to set the camera up and like do different angles and things like that, but you also need to edit the videos as well. So mornings I've been editing, afternoons I've been in the van doing the work. It's really quite time consuming, and I really hope you're enjoying these videos. Next time I'm going to be installing some of the other electrical components, so I need to get to the engine battery, and I'm going to connect up the DC to DC charger, and also our battery charger, which does a leisure battery off the mains. That's got 3 outputs, so I think I'm going to do one to the leisure battery, and then I think I'm going to run a second one to the engine battery, so when we're hooked up to the mains, the engine battery is getting charged as well, so we never have to worry about having a dead battery or anything like that. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did. We'll see you guys in the next one, so until then, have a safe drive, stay alive, have a lovely day, try not to spill anything, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.